Boom, boom. We had some delicious bread from Andrea.
We did.
Yes.
Very chocolatey.
It
What
was
exactly
good.
was that?
I have no idea, but it was delicious. I think it was.
I'm not having any.
Yeah, that was you.
You're like, don't judge me.
Yeah, I was amazed you showed restraint the first time around.
It was good.
Then
I think it's
then
croissants.
I find you in the corner, like
So hungry.
scarfing.
It's almost like croissants. It was like a chocolate baklava. It was like lots of layers
Oh yeah,
of croissant and like chocolate in the middle of it. It was really good.
and chocolate drizzle on the top of it.
Yeah.
She's an amazing baker.
Yeah, she's a bakerist.
She's a.
Is that a real word?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure the official
Bakerista?
term. That's it. You nailed it. Bakerista.
That's someone that you know what?
Yeah. Probably shouldn't finish that.
January 7th, Dudes Like Us. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for being out. Oh my God, what's going on with me?
I don't know. You were retarded.
I think it's just bourbon.
What may be? I don't know.
Are your lips numb?
I don't know.
We had
Maybe your
a
tongue
we had a
is- my
halftime
butthole
bourbon
is.
as well. Oh,
What happened?
something about his.
I was riding on a
butthole.
bike. It's vibrating now. The
What?
vibration of it. We'll talk about the motorcycle later, but
What's happening?
I don't
check
know.
us out on Dudes Like Us podcast on both Facebook and Instagram. Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I am Paul.
And I am Jeff.
And for those folks out there that aren't familiar with us, we're a bunch of
Idiots.
weird people that
I think sophisticated bourbon stewards.
Know-it-alls. We know everything.
We're Cliff Clavins of nothing. So
We've actually never failed a fact check.
ever.
I fact
Ever.
checked us every time when I edit, and I'm like, yeah.
I told you this is the
So
podcast,
we're
the podcast of incorrect information.
We're a
not
bunch of great
misinformation.
friends, best friends, and we just got together and thought we could do a podcast just for the hell of it. And we've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, and now we're collecting bourbon, doing it, and that's what we do. And for those folks out there that also don't know, we do our infinity bottle. So if you don't know what an infinity bottle is, we collect the bourbon. We drink the bottles down to a point where we can no longer pour 3 glasses or 4, whatever it may be, and we deposit the rest of it in the infinity, which usually is like, what, 4?
2 to
about
4 ounces,
something like
usually,
that.
Yeah.
So we have an infinity bottle, which we've probably taken 6 pulls each out of
Oh,
it,
yeah.
right?
Plus, some
yeah.
other folks have had some as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and it has changed quite a bit over time because
Oh,
we
yeah.
we keep adding to it.
we do. We probably need to put, like Jeff had mentioned and suggested, we probably should put a cap on this one.
Yes.
And store it away.
Start a new one.
Yeah, start a new one. We've
I
got
agree.
3 more vessels, right?
We have like 50 bourbons in this one.
Yeah, we do.
It's like a master blend.
Yeah,
But
it is
But we've
fantastic.
got 220.
So for
Two
those
Ooh.
for those
222.
folks out there that want to join us on the podcast and want to sample this infinity bottle, it'll be yours for the low price of $5,000 a sample, 4-ounce sample.
Oh wow.
It's one of a kind.
God bless.
Can't find it anywhere else.
Ever,
You
because
really- you really can't.
every single bourbon or whiskey that we've hand selected from distillers all across the planet, essentially.
We've cultivated them.
Yes. Well,
We didn't actually
cultivate them.
pick out like the single barrel type of thing, but we bought a bottle,
There you go.
personally cultivated that single bottle that we
Yes, thank
pulled
you,
off
thank
the
you, thank
single
you, thank
shelf and added to our single infinity bottle.
Correct.
Anyways, we like to include the whiskeys in our podcast, but basically we just talk about life, guys. So we jump around all over the place, rabbit hole after rabbit hole, ADD moments.
Oh,
And-
yeah, all
and
over the place.
As long as our producer can keep up with us, we're doing pretty good. We're pretty happy that we got a full big great show lined up for you guys to listen to tonight. We were going to start off. We were talking about the football game and the Super Bowl and the New Orleans thing, and I kind of wanted to chime in on this latest event that occurred on the New Year's Eve thing, which was that New Year's Day is when that occurred?
That was
3
the
a.m.
next day. So, yes,
Yeah.
New Year's Day, technically.
Awful.
Yeah, I mean that was a big deal, and I think
It could have been a lot worse.
it could have been. The whole thing was just a compilation of errors. From the actual terrorist himself, was a fucking idiot. I mean, he had bombs all over the city that was that didn't explode.
Right.
And the fact that he didn't take out as many people as he wants to. So these guys are idiots. Let's start there. Then the FBI kind of fumbled. The mayor fumbling her language and there's not. I mean, this DEI.
This is
shit,
not.
you
This
know?
is not terrorism. Yes, it was.
Well, the FBI said it wasn't terrorism.
Correct.
Right, but the
Yeah.
mayor said it was.
Oh, so
And the mayor was right.
Yeah, the mayor was
The
right.
FBI agent was wrong. But let me ask you a question. So I saw the headline that said, due to a crucial error of the terrorist, it was, they were thankful that he made this error because he would have like hurt many more people. What was the error? I never read the article. Do you guys know?
The error. No, I don't know.
He made a mistake.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I don't know what it was, though.
I don't know what it was either. Okay, so maybe he just turned down the wrong street or something like that.
Well, Bourbon
So-
Street is just one street, though,
right. I don't know. It's strange.
I mean, it's jam packed. The videos that I've seen are people just like running. Look, this thing was
Awful.
It was awful. And this is the kind of look. I anticipate more and more of these things, but they're starting to kind of tie some of these events together. They're like, well, there's a gentleman when the Elon Musk Tesla truck exploded in front of the Trump building.
Right.
They're saying that these two gentlemen, because that incident was oriented around an ex-military guy. Both guys are ex-military, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Ex-Army. And these guys were at the same base.
Which
I
was
don't-
total coincidence,
I
by
don't
the
think
way.
there was any tie to together.
There was none at all.
Well, okay, that's true. I don't know. We don't know.
because
Because it is a very large
yeah,
base.
because
The other thing, they rented from the same company, the vehicle.
That was also coincidence.
Big coincidence. Now you got
Right.
two.
now you have the other guy who tried to kill him. The other assassination guy was also at the base, and apparently it's a big veteran.
Hold on. Which?
The guy at the golf
The
course.
guy at the golf
Oh,
course.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
at that same base as well. He visited quite a few times.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough when you start connecting these dots. It's kind of
Yeah.
like fucking. It all boils down to like, there's a bunch of lunatics out there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and what's the end game? We know what the end game for the
They all
New Orleans
had
ones-
all three completely different motivations.
I think the Vegas one was a political statement because you had the Tesla truck, Musk in front of Trump.
Yes.
He was trying to make some kind of political statement,
And it was a suicide.
yeah, but what,
and he killed himself first.
yeah, but what is the end game for that? I mean, that
Can't
Come on.
ask him. I don't know. It's stupid. He wasn't thinking right.
So
Who
my
knows?
understanding is
I don't-
he suffered from PTSD, severe PTSD from his special forces experience.
Yep.
Okay, and his wife had just left him days prior. He was struggling with holding down any relationships. He was really struggling, and he had some knowledge of certain privileged intelligence and knowledge that was bothering him about 100 citizens that got killed, Afghan citizens that got killed, and there was a cover-up in Afghanistan. And then he, I think everything came to a head, and he wanted to go out in a spectacular fashion.
Well,
So-
based on the CNN note right here, the Army veteran who drove a truck through a crowd in New Orleans and the Special Forces Master Sergeant who exploded a Tesla truck in Las Vegas last week briefly overlapped in their services at Fort Liberty, formerly called Fort Bragg, and while in Afghanistan on deployments. For less than a year, Shamsu Din Jabbar and Master Sergeant Matthew Allen lives at Livelsburger? Livelsburger served at Fort Liberty, North Carolina, with different units according to their assignment and deployment history. So I guess that has some merit.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, the difference here is he was. They're saying he was a patriot. He loved Trump. He loved his
You're
country.
talking about the Tesla driver, is it the Sergeant?
Yes,
Master Sergeant?
yes.
The
So
thing-
the exact opposite of this Jabbar guy.
But
He's an Islamic radical terrorist.
But there are suggestions out there that this. I don't know. Who does that? He's a master sergeant.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had severe PTSD.
Chuck, you gonna
Yeah.
weigh in here?
Yeah, the Tesla guy, he apparently has he wanted to draw attention to the drones and to
Yes.
these levitating devices that and he
Oh,
was
that's right.
and in the trunk of his Cybertruck, he had
Anti-gravity stuff.
yeah, well, no, but he had like gasoline and fireworks.
right.
And that is not an IED device.
That's not to hurt other people.
That's not to hurt. That's just
That's
to, draw,
to make a
just to make
spectacular
spect-
explosion.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. That's what I read as
I
well.
don't think he was trying to hurt people. He was trying to bring attention to something.
Right. And the fact that he brought it, he wanted to do it in an area where it would get a lot of attention, which is right outside the Trump Hotel.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
but it's
totally
still,
different scenario.
But it doesn't really get attention for what though?
We're talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, but so he wants to go out with a bang, and we're
Correct.
talking about it. But that's not to me. That doesn't That's not.
Well, he wasn't
us.
thinking right, obviously.
He wasn't.
You're not thinking right in those moments.
Yeah.
He's thinking this is a good idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to shoot myself after I light the fuse.
Yes. He lit the
Because-
fuse and shot himself.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but they're even speculating that didn't happen. They're saying that there is a chance that the automated Tesla truck drove itself there and he was already dead.
Oh, I guess that's possible.
You know,
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't an expert. He rented the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if he was an. I don't know
He
how
rented
hard
in
it
Colorado,
is.
drove it from Colorado there.
the
Yeah.
thing. Wow, that is quite a distance. Wow, how long did he have to fucking sit at those charge stations, man?
Right?
5. That's why he killed himself. He
Right.
realized, oh my God, it's $10,000 to charge this thing all the way to get to the hotel.
No
I was
shit.
gonna gamble and have a good time. Fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to stop 7
This is
times.
the new world order. Fuck it. I'm out.
Yeah, it was. I to me, that's a extremely unfortunate situation. Is what was this guy was going through, and yes, he has some weird intelligence talking about anti-gravity drones
Yeah,
being
that-
launched from Chinese submarines in the Atlantic.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he was
but
kind of
look-
wacko. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's just
Maybe
the whole
not.
thing. They want
Maybe
you to
not.
say that, you know. And it's always look. The one thing that I've learned, the one thing that I want to say learned, but the one thing I'm picking up every day that passes, you can't believe anything the government tells you. They're full of
Yeah.
shit on everything.
It's so hard to.
If they tell you don't eat eggs, you need to eat eggs.
Right.
If they tell you you don't eat, I don't trust any of those guys. I don't want to get into the food thing, but I will talk about the anti-gravity stuff. Kind of gets me all riled up because that
yeah,
stuff,
some new technology. They're
crystal
saying that,
skulls kind of thing.
that
You know,
we have and China has. I don't know.
I don't know anything about the anti-gravity stuff.
Yeah, that's what he referenced it in his email, but it wasn't the main point of his email.
Well, it wasn't, but it was part of it. So
it was.
it was to expose the programs that they got currently running that no one wants to talk about.
Right.
And that's when you need people like Alex Jones crawling up somebody's ass.
Is anti-gravity bad?
Oh no! No. So
I
I
don't
guess
know.
he
The
was
thing
alluding to the fact that these were drones, the anti-gravity drones that are undetectable, and they could just park it right over the White House and
Anywhere.
there's nothing you could do
Anywhere.
to stop it.
There's no motor or anything. Going,
yeah, it's anti-gravity. It's like done on static electricity or something crazy like that.
How does that work?
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea.
It's based on, from what I understood, it's based on, there is a certain insect out there that has wings that they can literally hover, kind of like it's kind of like the ether that holds something up from opposing polarizing magnets. You know how that
So
pushes
magnetism.
something up?
yeah.
Yeah,
Magnet-
some sort of
Opposing magnetism.
correct. And there's a little static electricity that is used in there too. I don't know all the details about it, of course, but it's interesting as fuck. And
Well,
just the fact that he's alluding to it, and the fact that he was willing to kill himself to put something out there.
Oh,
Well, that's
definitely.
what I mean. If he's willing to kill himself, what is the bad aspect of this that would force him to do this?
I mean, it kind of sounded like he kind of thought somebody was after him. I don't know. I
That's why I go back.
definitely got.
That's why I go back. He wasn't in his right mind.
No,
he was
he's
mentally
paranoid.
paranoid, mentally unstable.
Right.
And
I agree with that.
And anti-gravity may have been part of his thought process, but I don't know. And you're never gonna know.
Never gonna know.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't know.
never know. They have got in Las Vegas. You got that shooter that occurred, 4 or 5 years ago.
The country concert.
Some
Oh,
dude with a
dude. And we will-
machine gun
and we
blasting down at a country
Oh, it killed like 58
music
people.
concert.
He had a bump stock.
Yeah.
Remember that whole bump stock.
Oh, and he was
thing?
just shooting out of all different windows in his corner or
But
in his
But the thing is, there were
hotel room.
so many different ideas of what happened, and at the end of the day, nobody knows anything about
Right.
that guy or why it happened. It's
Right.
kind of like Kyle Crooks. Is that his name? The assassination attempt number 1 on
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like, where did all that information go?
that
you
just
know,
kind of just went away.
it went away.
did.
They
It totally did.
They
Like,
took
why?
him,
Yeah. Where are the answers that everybody should be waiting for?
They
Who is
they
this
took
guy?
Kyle Crooks. Where is he at? They burned him. They put him.
Thomas Matthew Crooks.
There you go. But they put him. They burned him. They what did they what do they call him?
He's cremated.
They cremated him, and it's just a weird thing. They had a professional service go in there and clean the house prior to the officials getting there to
Yeah.
find out what's going on. To the point where he didn't have silverware.
See, is that stuff true? I mean, what can we
why is the
believe
story out
anymore?
there?
I know. Why can we believe
It's
anything?
so bizarre.
Because more people would click on it and read it if it says, "Oh, the scene was mysteriously cleaned before the FBI got there." You know what I mean?
Yeah, where's that news coming
I don't
from?
know. I'm kind of on both sides of the can't trust the government, can't trust the bullshit
Well, I don't trust
sensationalism clicking.
Yeah, I'm like Sean. I don't trust the government. I don't trust online.
I don't
either,
trust anything
at all.
now.
Yeah.
But it's just odd on how the gunman can be so close
Oh yeah.
to Trump.
No, I think
And-
that was just incompetence.
I think that was a high level of incompetence.
Huge, like ridiculous level of incompetence.
Man, and I'm not saying it's not, but at the same time, I'm like, damn.
You would wonder how
How many times
How
can we
could
hit the
an-
lottery ticket?
right, and how is it possible that an elite protection unit of the world could
I think they
could
got.
slip to that level of incompetence?
I think you saw some of it with that leadership, that lady
Yes,
who quit not too long after that because the shit she was saying was just
stupid.
wrong.
Because she didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, the slope of the roof was too high.
I think DEI.
Really?
I think
That's why
DEI
they
played
didn't get
part
up
of
there.
this. You didn't have the best.
4.5 degrees.
You didn't have the best in place.
And still don't, by the way.
A job like that requires the best of the best at all
Kimberly
levels.
Cheadle,
Yeah.
whatever.
She was not the best of the best.
No.
So what she was she was part of Joe Biden's original security detail, and she was given that job.
Correct.
Of course. That's the way it
Correct.
worked.
Because he wanted to say, I promoted a woman
Right.
into this position.
Yeah, scroll back up. I like looking at her little chubby fingers. Look at those little things.
Those are like sausages.
Yeah. Little.
So you would
Bratwurst.
not have her be your
No.
hand job woman?
prostate checker?
Oh, she can handle the prostate, but she's not going to handle my
Those
junk.
fingers are thick, man.
Yeah, it's kind of girthy.
Yeah.
Girthy.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get in there far enough, though.
Okay.
She just
you
trimmed
don't
those
have to-
nails,
You
too.
don't have to go up there like feet to get to your prostate.
Well, I mean,
You
Wow.
have to go to the elbow.
at least the third
Okay.
knuckle, right? I don't know how far.
Great. Good.
Kimberly Cheadle, the Peedle.
Yeah, I would agree. Hopefully, with Trump coming in, we'll see a purge of these DEI
Well, I think-
dangerous.
Well, I
DEI
think you're seeing a lot
hires.
of these people that they're highly protesting. Like, who's
Kosh.
the FBI guy? Who's
Kosh.
Cash.
Patel.
Cash Patel.
Yeah,
I think they're frightened of him because he's going to start digging into shit. Same with
Hegseth.
Hegseth. Yeah.
Well, he's going
Oh,
to
it's time
release
to clean
the
house, man.
he's
It's-
going to
we have
release
to.
the 9/11 commission report. He's going to release that. That's supposedly, they're
That slams Saudi Arabia, doesn't it?
well, we don't know what it is going to slam, but he was like, it's not going to be what you think, and it's going to it needs to be released. He's like this. Look, there's no reason for them to hang on to this information.
Well, unless it damages current relationships.
Fuck them. You know what? We are so corrupt. We look at other countries out there,
Yeah.
and we're just kind of like we're supposed to be the mentor of these other third world countries.
The beacon of hope and light.
Good Lord, and we're not. These people are freaking idiots and losers. I'm just,
Yeah, it is frustrating.
across the board. To continue on the whole new campaign that Trump's going to bring in with RFK, and I'm not going to talk much about it, but I'm excited about the campaign he's going to rush. I'm excited about him removing fluoride from the water. I'm
And
excited about
just shining the light on
just hey
on
man,
bad shit that we're not being told
these-
about.
well, yeah, the COVID epidemic, the
Fauci whole
pandemic
thing.
that came through. Yeah, just
Yeah.
The whole Fauci needs to be held accountable. Did Biden?
Ooh, that was the most diplomatic way you could have said that.
You
You wanted to say lots of other
I
things.
did.
You just say,
That-
kill him.
Did Biden?
They should behead him.
Did Biden give him what is it called when you?
Immunity.
Yeah, did he give him the?
He has
immunity?
not,
No, I don't think
but there's
so.
more coming because he's doing all sorts of crazy shit right now.
Speaking of coming, how about the
Ooh.
Come
the
on.
medals of freedom that Joe Biden gave out this
Yes.
past week?
To
To
Soros,
George
and,
Soros.
Soros
Oh.
and Clinton.
My God,
I know.
Hillary
Crazy.
Clinton.
Ooh.
You know,
Ooh,
I mean,
great. We're gonna have to amplify that on the podcast.
I'm just saying. Well, look, I don't care, but it's just like George
I
Soros.
said amplify.
I know.
What exactly did he do to deserve this? He's not a humanitarian.
Dude, he's a stooge
he's
to
a
the
hu-
Biden administration.
He's a huge Democrat donor.
Big
Who
time.
pushes the agenda.
George Soros, an investor, philanthropist, founder of the Open Society Foundations.
Fucking believable.
Through this network of foundations, partners, and projects, more than 120 country sources focused on global initiatives that strengthen democracy, human rights, and education, social justice.
The exact
Bullshit.
opposite. The exact opposite
It's
of
the
that is true.
antithesis
And
of what's
social,
really going on.
and social justice.
And Denzel Washington.
Now that one I'm okay with. Have you seen him in The Eliminator. What's the movie he's in where he goes around just killing everybody? Oh, Man on Fire.
Equalizer.
Is he on Equalizer too?
He's got 3 movies. Equalizer.
Yeah, and he's also Man on Fire.
I saw that. Yeah,
That one's intense.
I like Denzel.
Training Day.
I like
as
him
well,
too. I like him too.
But you know what problem? Look, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve this award, but what I am going to say is, why the fuck do we have any
Actors?
yeah,
really, what
performers
did
up
he
there?
do?
What are they? They're actors.
Well, if it's
Who
gonna,
cares?
you know what pissed me off? When in the highlight of who he gave this award to, they talked about who Trump gave it to. You know what actor Trump gave that medal to? It's gonna crawl all over you.
Pee Wee Herman.
Robert De Niro.
Trump gave one to Robert De Niro?
Yes, that award, that medal to Robert De Niro.
That's interesting.
And I was like, "Are you?" That made me probably more mad than fucking George
So
Soros.
what was De Niro already going off the rails about Trump when he did this?
You had to think he was. I mean,
So-
we're talking about 2017.
So De
Pull
Niro,
that up,
so
Mr.
De Niro
Producer.
was up there and had Trump put this
Yes.
medal on him.
I need to see a
doesn't-
picture of this.
don't
I
you-
don't believe it.
Don't you find that ironic? I
Don't
thought
you
I
find
thought
that
the same
ironic?
thing.
So Robert De Niro stripped of the prestigious award after he calls Trump a clown. Was that true too?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all, but I know he gave it to him.
Is that true?
Did Trump
That's
give
India
it to
Today.
him, or did someone else give it to him?
No,
and
Trump gave it to
pulled
him. Look it up. Trump gave it to him in 2017.
All right.
I mean, that
I find that hard to believe.
I know it is shocking because he's such a douchebag, and he hates Trump that much. I mean, it just seems. Yeah, see, it says award withdrawn. So yeah, look it up. Do a different search.
I think Obama did it. So President
Mm-mm.
Obama names the recipient of the presidential march November 16, 2016, the following individuals, including Robert De Niro, from Obama.
So Obama did it, and Trump rescinded it. How about
Man,
that?
the thing I was reading was
That's
totally
why he was
wrong.
all salty.
Oh, that could be what just pushed him over the edge.
No shit.
You know.
Yeah, I'm watching a video right here. I got a video of Obama. Let me back that up.
Do me a favor, Mr. Producer. Just look up the list of people that Trump has given that award to. Just the whole list.
I don't think Paul believes us.
I
You
do.
can't believe anything on the internet.
I do, but what I read, it was in context to what Biden
All right,
just
look,
did, and
there's
it
a
said,
picture right there. You got Obama
yeah, you're
putting
right.
the
Okay,
medal around.
That makes more sense now.
Yeah. So Obama awards the Medal of Freedom to Robert De Niro because there's no way Trump would have given that to him.
Right.
know?
Well, it didn't make sense to me either. So he rescinded it.
Mariano Rivera.
That's crazy.
Jerry West.
Oh, she's hot.
All right,
Bob
these are all the
Cousy,
people that. Okay, Bob Cousy, nice.
He invented the beer cooler.
Tiger Woods.
Okay, this is who Trump gave it to.
Orrin Hatch. Miriam Adelson.
Okay. What?
Alan Page.
Elvis Presley, nice.
Nice. Babe Ruth.
Scalia. Okay.
Roger Staubach.
Oh, that's totally justified.
There you go.
So I mean,
so
I think what
I
we
was
really
wrong.
need to dive into is
So I
what
was
exactly
wrong.
is the Medal of Freedom for? What qualifies somebody to get this Medal of Freedom?
It's just supposed to be a super quality citizen that does so many.
It says right here, it says to individuals who have made
There you go.
exceptional contributions to the security of national interests of America, to world peace, or to cultural or other significant public or private endeavors. JFK put it in place.
I am really shocked that whatever article I read led me to believe that. That's crazy.
Is it on Breitbart?
Probably. I don't know. because I did the same thing. I read the list of what Trump did. I was like, Robert De Niro, how is that even possible?
I wonder if you read
apparently-
it. Maybe it was Robert De Niro was listed, but Trump rescinded it.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
You can rescind it.
Yeah.
Maybe while he was giving others the medal,
He's like, and we're removing this one.
How fucked up
awesome.
it? I wonder how many people have
That
ever
is
been
awesome.
rescinded from the Medal of Freedom.
Did he have to send it back?
No, the FBI came and got
That's
it.
what I mean. Did someone come collect
You're
it,
just
or
swat.
did he get like a little letter
He
that
got
says,
swatted.
"Here's a prepaid postage. You need to send this back."
Make sure you clean it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, that makes total sense now for why Robert De Niro hates, irrationally hates his guts.
Irrational.
I mean, come on, it is irrational.
I think it goes
to the
back
point-
further than that.
What do you mean?
De Niro's a New York guy. Trump's a New York guy. They bashed heads a long time ago.
Right. So this has
A
been going on. This
long
has been
time
going
ago.
on for a long time.
This beef has been going on for decades.
Sure.
I think
get it.
Trump won.
I think he did. I think he did win. Yeah.
Well, you know
You
what?
think?
so there was
Damn.
a movie that came on, and I said no.
I mistakenly took too big of a swig there. Woo.
Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, we wanted to watch a movie. I can't remember what the movie was now, but it had Robert De Niro in it, and I said, "Yep, nope, sorry guys, I'm not watching this." And then I thought, okay, I'm being ridiculous, right? We really am I so emotional like freaking he is outside of the courthouse, yelling at people that like didn't agree with him? Am I going to act the same way and refuse to watch a movie with him in it? So I watched it. So it was fine. I watched it, but I was just like, he just makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
He does. When I see his face, I'm like, I want nothing to do with this guy.
He's a good actor.
Was that Brokeback Mountain?
He's all right.
Was that movie?
Yeah, well, I've watched that over and over again. God, I can't stop watching.
I can't quit you.
I wish I knew how to quit you. Then why don't you?
It was Human Centipede.
Oh.
It was a recent movie.
The Irishman?
What is human? What is that?
That's where they attach
Oh, here we go.
the mouth to the butthole.
Oh, I thought it was a movie name.
No,
The
it's
Human
not a-
Centipede
no, it is.
a
Not
movie
a-
It is.
name.
And I'll tell you what,
It
this is
is?
something Jeff
Yes.
likes. And
No, I've never seen it.
are you kidding me?
I've never
You're
seen
the
it.
one that told us about it.
Because I told my sister about it. I was like, you need to watch it
boy.
because she likes horror movies. And
So it's a horror movie.
it's a horror movie. I was like, you need to watch this movie, The Human Centipede. And what's funny is this was when she was living outside of Washington, D.C., and we were going up there to visit. She goes, I want to rent it, and we're going to watch it when you're out here. I was like, I don't want to watch it. So we didn't end up watching it.
Oh.
And so we drove back,
Now that
Yeah.
you out.
and
Yep,
she
yep,
sat
yep.
there alone in her house and watched that movie. She goes, I felt so dirty. It was so bad because they were sewing their lips
that's
to the
just-
people's assholes
Yeah, no, that's so gross.
and then
Why-
feeding them.
okay.
So
Okay.
so the guy that he gets to like eat like a hamburger.
That's it.
He processes the hamburger.
No,
and then
cut
the
the
next
fish.
person.
Processes that processed hamburger,
Oh,
and then the person behind them.
Listen, I know
Further down.
I've been talking about video, and I'm making a big push for it. that we're not doing video ever again. Did you see the motion he was
Stroke.
making with his throat?
Yeah.
We can't expose any of our listeners
You got
to that.
What I don't get is these actors.
Well, the
Oh no.
These actors
South Park has
actually
a
had
version
their
of this.
face in the actor's asshole.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what they do at all the Didi parties and
This is true.
and the-
Oh my God!
and the
Can you imagine the
Golden
horrific
Globes?
things that has happened at these Diddy parties? I'm telling you, this is
all the parties.
I
The after
I
Golden
just don't think
Globes
it's Diddy. I
parties?
think there's a bunch of Hollywood freak going on out there.
Well, did you see the host of the hostess of the Golden Globes? She made a shot. She took a shot at it,
oh yeah.
and there got some nervous laughter in the crowd.
I
I'm
did
sure.
see it. I didn't watch that whole thing, but
I didn't watch any of it. I just
I recommend you watch it because it
I
was
pick up
pretty much
clips.
uncut, and she wasn't really. She didn't attack it like the other.
Gervais.
Yeah, Richie Gervais
he
did.
was so awesome.
Yeah, he did. She did hit a few things. She was talking about how the people were holding Kamala up because they're used to holding up a dead body for Biden or something. She went on. I mean,
Ooh.
there was like shooting off the
there's
rails on
some
a bunch
shots.
of different things.
Yeah, she was saying something like, "Oh, you guys are so great. You're so beautiful. You're so smart. You're so powerful.
and
but
you
you
had
just
no
can't get-
influence.
There
you
you
just
go.
can't
That's
get
what it was.
someone elected."
So hold on, did you guys watch it? Are you telling me you guys sat down and watched the
I
Golden
watched
Globes?
the
I watched-
first 8 whatever that link is I sent you is the only part of it I watched.
I watched 5 minutes of it. I was
Oh,
like,
I thought
I'm
maybe
done.
you watched it live. I
No.
was like, what?
I have no
is
desire to
wrong
watch
with you guys?
basically any award show anymore.
No, I won't. I
I'll
won't watch
pass.
any of them.
I'll watch the highlights and groan. And
All right,
just like,
here's some. Maybe you can find a montage of ones, and then we can kind of watch those. Well, maybe that's what this is. All right, let's see. I've never even heard of this person, by the way.
Ben Affleck yells after he orgasms. These are not wicked, queer, night bitch. These are not just words Ben Affleck yells after he orgasms. These are some of the incredible
Ouch.
movies.
Night bitch.
Wow.
That's a movie.
Night bitch.
Oh, okay.
The bear, the penguin, baby reindeer. These are not just things found in RFK's freezer. These are TV shows. Glenn, You were in everything. Twisters, Hitman, My Head when I'm having sex with my boyfriend. Thank you so much for the assist. I'll see you tonight, but the air is thick with the smell of signature fragrances and the lingering stench of ballroom salmon. Ballroom salmon is actually the name of Stanley Tucci's new cologne. Now available at Buca di Beppo. So
Look at him. He's like, fuck. I got called out.
you will be.
I'm not going to subject you to that.
Well, you've seen it?
I've seen it.
Is that like a Pope hat?
It is.
Yes, it's for Conclave, and it's an awful movie. Don't watch it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard Conclave is
yeah,
bad.
please. I wouldn't even for a second think about watching that movie. You know what the one with Robert De Niro is that I watched that I capitulated? It was Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
Oh, where he
takes
had
the pill that makes him super crazy smart.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was an okay movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the fact that he shit all over Robert De Niro in that movie.
Like shit on him?
Well, no, not like lips,
That was actually
lips to asshole.
That was a great mini. It was a movie. Was it a miniseries or just a movie?
Limitless.
Yes,
Just a
It was
movie.
a movie.
With
Oh,
Bradley
man,
Cooper.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Did
That was
you?
fantastic.
I think
Yeah, it's
there
good.
was a series Limitless as well.
Yeah.
There was also a series.
Was it the same premise
Yes.
with a pill?
Didn't
Okay.
have Brad Cooper in it though.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but Limitless was cool. The drug, and then he outsmarted him all the way to the end. You know, where he's
Yeah.
getting into the political office. He was like, I've already outsmarted you. I'm 10 steps ahead of you right now.
Meaning because he created his own labs, right?
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
I cut you off from your drugs. It's like, yeah, no, you didn't.
I've made my own, yeah.
And I've refined
spoiler
it.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, I haven't
Oh,
watched
there
it
we
yet.
Oh. Sorry, Jeff. You
You
got
look like a hoodlum.
spoiler alert on what
You think nothing
Jeff
ever is.
Sean just said. Yeah,
Yes.
Hey, tell me about this book. Well, how much have you written of it?
it's good.
Well, I suppose I can help you with that.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh yeah.
They
So
say that we
if
can
you
all
haven't
access
seen it by now,
20% of our brain.
you're allowed to be
Just let
spoiled.
you
Yeah.
access
Did you ever see the
all
movie Lucy?
They've had
That's good too.
Isn't she an
It's kind-
assassin?
No, it's kind of
She-
the same premise. I don't know. I don't know if it's a pill or what, but she turns into
That's Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Yeah, she does very well.
Yeah.
She becomes the machine at the end.
Basically, she turns into like a goo.
Yeah.
And she just like this goes into this ether.
Yes, and she's able to kill everything with
Yes.
like people just fly away from her.
Yeah. She somehow melds.
When a
with-
boyfriend tricks Lucy into delivering a briefcase to a supposed business contact, the once carefree student is abducted by thugs who intend to turn her into a drug mule. She's surgically implanted with a package containing a powerful chemical, but it leaks into her system, giving her superhuman abilities, including telekinesis and telepathy. With her former captors in pursuit, Lucy seeks out neurologist Morgan Freeman, who's a badass, by the way,
He is a badass.
who she hopes will be able to help her.
I'm at the point where I'll watch any movie with her in it. I don't care if it sucks at all. Like, you know how you look up the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes? It could have a 1% rating and I'll watch it.
Did you watch the Fly Me to the Moon?
No, not yet.
It was good. It was
Fly me
entertaining.
to the moon.
That's
with
with
Captain
Scarlett,
America.
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. It's about the moon landing.
The moon landing.
And Sean will like
the
it 'cause
original?
because it has the whole conspiracy.
Yeah, because it
about-
never happened,
That's the whole part of the movie.
isn't it?
Yes.
Well, actually,
Fly
that,
me to the moon.
that
All
part
right.
doesn't
I'll watch
bother me. I don't, because who knows? I mean, back then,
I
the
do.
Well, they-
insinuation is that they created all this. So
Oh,
it's not a
boy.
matter of whether it happened, whether they went on the moon or not. It's a matter that the video that they produced, that they showed everybody, is not real. So, okay.
So they
That's-
might have gone to the moon and they didn't like the video they took of it, so they created one on their own.
I think, yes, I think that's exactly what it was. Or they just did it because, I mean, they're talking about doing live pictures. Like, who the fuck is taking the video? You know, it's just like, come on.
It was the other guy.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was a remote camera.
So John
Yeah.
Edwards.
It was a drone.
It was an anti-gravity drone.
Yeah. So who was the first man on the moon? Was it John Edwards? Is that his name?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil
Was it
Armstrong.
not?
Was it Neil Armstrong?
Yes.
There was another guy, John Edwards. I mean, well, I thought he was the first man. Was it, I
What
guess
the
Neil-
hell? How do we?
Was it Buzz Aldrin?
Well, no.
No,
It was Neil
it was
Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong.
One giant step for mankind, one little step for me.
I watched it live on TV.
That's just it.
Are you lying?
How'd you watch it on TV?
Bullshit.
I
You
was-
were like 1 year old.
I was 2 weeks old.
You didn't watch shit.
My mom was
No,
like,
you will look. You're not getting any tit till you look.
Yeah. All you were doing
I
was
just remember
looking, you were
mom-
looking for a
I just
nipple.
remember my mom and dad going, "Yeah, we put you in front of the TV and you watch it with us."
I called.
I watched Elvis as a kid live on TV.
I did that as well.
Really?
Yeah, I was dancing.
One for the money, two for the show.
Oh, they didn't have that in Indonesia.
No,
I watched That's Incredible.
We couldn't
Dun,
afford.
dun, dun, dun. Watch this man catch a flying arrow and jump over 3 Lamborghinis in That's Incredible. Up next, we'll be right back.
Wow. That'd have been neat though,
Dun,
but
dun,
we
dun,
couldn't
dun.
afford a TV.
You had a laser
Mm,
projector.
no, we had
God,
nothing.
the,
We had nothing.
and after. Dun, 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 dun.
Look out! They're like all these clapping seals.
Good evening, I'm John Davidson. You'll be meeting these men. They're the world's most incredible talkers.
I'm Kathy Lee Crosby.
Fran Tarkenton is on this as well.
So loud.
This is
It
Jim
is
Bullitt
so
Bailey.
loud.
You'll be dragged down the track while holding on to this metal sled.
That's so
to
much
over
better.
160 miles an hour.
I'm Fran Tarkenton.
What is happening?
This looks like. I thought these were the guys from Real People.
Exclusive footage of the heroic rescue operation performed by the Air Force at the MGM Grand Hotel.
So this stuff was entertaining back then because they had this back to back. So it was That's Incredible. The very next show was Real People, where they did the same thing.
I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, we watched it every week. And Real People,
Pull up Real People. I forget what that was.
That wasn't quite as sensational.
I've
as
never
this.
seen
No,
any
I
of
think
this.
it's just. Actually, I don't even remember what the concept of Real People was. All right, we got that again.
Poor Chuck. We're getting like amazing performance over there, and we're just not. It's just not enough for us.
All right, here we go. Real People. See what this is.
All right, this is another show. I've never seen any of these shows, by the way.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I wish my parents could have afforded a TV.
Shut the front door.
That would have been really neat.
You probably wish they could afford to live where a place they had TV networks to
I just
broadcast the
I
channel.
wish I was a rich kid like you guys. That would have been
Rich.
that would have been neat. That's okay. You know what? It's just too painful for me to watch
The
this stuff.
thing that's wrong with television today is that there's not enough reality.
Oh,
On April 18th,
like reality
1979,
TV? Great.
at 8 p.m.,
This is the beginning of
a new
reality
kind of
TV.
television series
We have
No.
these fuckers to blame for the bullshit.
This is Real People.
For the Kardashians.
20 miles an hour. The New York
For-
Times said it blurred
Real
the
People with
line.
George Schlatter.
Sister wives.
Look at that wig.
Producer
Oh.
George Schlatter agreed and called it theater of reality.
Oh boy.
All right, so
But this,
this
this was a big thing because back then there wasn't the internet, there wasn't 800 channels,
And there were
and you
no
weren't
real
exposed
people.
to this shit.
yeah, this was the dopamine rush we got back
Yeah,
then.
this was the TikTok of
This
the day.
was the beginning of reality TV.
Yeah, well, that and it kind of exposed what people do. Hey, look, there's ballerina. It's kind of like Dirty Jobs.
Dirty
you know?
Jobs, right?
You know, it's just it was kind of a fun. I enjoyed both of them back to back. It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It's like I can't wait to watch it next week.
Wow.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
With Kathy Lee Crosby and Fran Tarkenton and John
You know what I've
Davidson.
been watching?
Wow. Wow. You watched it a lot.
We did, yes.
I've been watching. I pulled up Lost. Came out in like 2010, 2012.
I've
whatever it
never
is.
seen it.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's
There was at the time people, that's all they talked about at work. They were like, I can't believe that. Blah 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 blah. And they were like cheeto chattering.
It was ridiculous.
constantly.
It turned into ridiculousness.
it's
Oh, the
still
show did?
It's ridiculous right now, and if parts of it are killing me. I'm like, I hate all of you. You guys fucking suck. But I'm muscling through
It wasn't
this.
sensational enough. They had to add all this crazy stupid shit to it.
Well, they have Crystal Skull kind of themed stuff going on. Not really, but I mean, just kind of not
They
conspiratorial.
never explained like the smoke monster.
Oh wait, hold on. I haven't seen it. Let's not spoil it here.
Oh,
Or the
too
polar
soon?
bears. Or
Yeah.
whatever that shit.
And let me
Yeah, they
guess.
did. They explained the polar bears.
Did they? God,
Yeah,
I
because they had
Oh,
they
boy.
they
you guys are
had
ruining everything. for me.
experimental. They were bringing in different animals. In fact, on there, do you recall when they built their own ship and they took off to try to be rescued and then it failed? Well, the shark that was circling the little raft that they made, when the shark swims by there, I had to hit pause. The pharma symbol that they have on the Lost show, the little pharma circle.
Right.
Well, it was on the tail of the shark.
Oh.
So I'm kind of like, oh, so it's a
Fake.
Enhanced
it's
shark.
lab
it's a real
created.
one, but it's lab created. So I'm kind of like, this has got some weird stuff going on.
What was the smoke monster?
Oh my God!
You know what? That is a spirit, from what I understood, and this is up in the towards the very end when John Locke starts to get into the spirit of the island. They're in the middle of the forest. It's all based on, I want to say ghost, but it's not really a ghost. It's a spirit. That's all I can really say. It's a spirit, and it's communicating or reacting, or that's what those smoke is, and
Hey,
that's
guys,
how he's able to.
It's been so long.
I'm getting a little sleepy. I think I'm gonna head out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
cartoons.
Oh,
For the love of God, please do not.
Jabberjaw.
No, no, Jabberjaw. I'm sorry. Keep talking about Lost, please.
you know.
Now, we watch it every single week. And
What is the pink, the little...
The Pink Panther?
Snagglepuss?
Oh, yeah. How does it go?
Pink Panther?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh,
We're doing the Snagglepuss.
Heavens to make it short even. There we go.
I don't know what that is.
Are you kidding me?
Ta-ra-ra-boom-de-ay, ta-ra-ra-boom-de-ay. Oh, what a joyful day to frolic and play.
No. I don't. I did not have a TV. I couldn't watch all this cool
There
stuff.
is Snagglepuss.
I've never heard of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up a sound
No, that's not. What is happening right now?
We need a soundbite of
You guys made a
Snagglepuss.
promise you would never do this again.
I don't know what you're talking
This
about.
is Chuck doing this.
Unbelievable.
Now we got a commercial.
Chuck, you're fired.
Well, Snagglepuss is kind of cool, man.
No, it isn't. I haven't even seen it yet, and I know
We
it's not.
wake up in the mornings just to watch this. This is not the Snagglepuss I wanted.
Yeah, this is...
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, we need to, eventually we will
revisit.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Revisit.
Regurgitate.
Is there a fucking mute on that thing?
Oh, thank you. Just give up on it. We don't need to do that right now.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good video.
Hey,
sometimes.
Jam and Joel, that's one thing you got to look up in advance. Because there are a bunch of great cartoons back there. Captain Caveman.
That. If you're gonna pick a favorite, I probably would have been mine. Right
Captain
there.
Caveman and.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
That was Jabberjaw.
I mean, really. Oh God. I mean,
okay, no. See,
are we gonna dive into this?
No, we're going down the rabbit hole.
We'll
Let's
go
do
down
something else.
Well, one of the things that Paul's been wanting to talk about is I think you were riding bitch on a motorcycle or something like that.
Why don't you walk us
happened?
through this? Because this is hilarious.
And you're nude or something?
Well,
it's amazing how
he
the story
became
gets
nude.
twisted.
Fully erect?
No.
I don't think any of that really happened. I wasn't nude or erect.
You were choding?
No. So I was on my motorcycle, and we were on a long ride.
Who was we?
Brian, my buddy.
Yeah, he's been on the podcast.
Yes, and he has his own Harley, and I have an Indian. I'm not sure that matters. But anyway,
But I had to say it.
Well, he makes fun of my shit all the time. That's why.
You shit in front of him?
No, no.
Well, yeah. He
makes.
puts
Wow.
his headlights
This
in front
really
of him.
took a left turn here.
Like Colorado.
Kind of has. All right. Anyway, so we're coming back, and we took off from the stop sign, and all of a sudden my bike started going woo, 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 woo. Yeah, it was shaking back and forth, and I was like, what the fuck? I thought maybe the frame had cracked or something because the gas tank was wobbling back and forth. But I didn't feel anything behind me. I just felt it like in the middle of the bike. And,
Did it feel good?
And I'm watching I loved it. I was like, I got to keep doing this.
Like smacking your nuts back and forth?
Anyway, no. And then Brian pulls up next to me, and I'm like, dude, can you look at the bike real quick? I don't know what's going on. And he's like, no, I don't see anything. Let's pull over. So we pull over, and we look at my back tire, and the center strip of it is peeled off. Just I didn't have a blowout, thank God.
Were you doing burnouts or something?
No, we did aggressively leave the stop sign. I mean, not like peel out, but but it's easy to do that on a bike. I mean, this is an extremely powerful bike, and you just go like boom. You know what I mean? So, but we weren't being like stupid.
You weren't wheeling?
No, I wasn't. I didn't even know how to do that.
Wheelies?
I could instantaneously die if I tried to.
You were
do
standing
that.
on the back?
No, I wasn't. Anyway, so we look at the tire, and it's literally like there's a strip missing, and now there's all sorts of metal showing, like the what do you call it? The tread. The tread is showing, and some weird metal thing showing. I was like,
the metal fibers.
I'm like,
in there?
shit, we're done here. I can't drive this. So we left it. This was the painful part. We left it at the gas station. He was like, climb on. I was like, well, I'll just stay here. It's okay. He's like, come on, man, climb on.
Hold on to the waist.
And of course, he had so much fun with it.
Of
it
course.
was so bad. I don't even want to tell you
Were
how
you,
ridiculous.
Were you
he
guys
was about
communicating through your helmets?
No, we weren't.
Did he lean back into you?
No. So I get on the back of his Harley.
I hear like music playing in the background,
and it's so tight. It's so tight, and I almost felt like when I got into it, it was like. You know what I mean?
You're just straddling him.
His back is so close to me. It was like so painful. And then this is what he does. He's like riding along and he puts his hand on my thigh. I'm like, no, that's not funny. And here's the other thing: we're on the tollway. The tollway extended like after it is no longer the highway. Cars everywhere. I can't make eye contact with anyone. I felt like the biggest.
You did have your helmet on, right?
Oh yeah. Helmet and sunglasses, and I was looking down and
it's kind of hard
looking
away.
Yeah, looking at you like, what is going on?
I don't know. I didn't look anywhere.
These two huge grown men.
I was so embarrassed.
You're mortified.
I was so embarrassed.
Tightly squeezed onto this bike.
Yes,
and he was
totally.
groping you.
Totally. And then, of course, what does Brian do? He starts playing "My Best Friend." The song. What's the song? My Best Friend. Do you know what that is?
I
don't. No. It's like a kind of a rock song. I don't know. Anyway, and then we're getting closer to his house, and Journey, Loving, Touching, Squeezing comes on, and I'm just like, bro, seriously, no one can know about this. It was so bad.
Is this the country music, My Best Friend?
I don't know. Yes,
it's by Tim McGraw.
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yep.
Anyway, but the point is, it was.
We're never gonna hear it.
I was like, Brian, you are not helping me here at all.
So, did you guys sing along to some of these?
No. I was mortified.
So this was it.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Did you grind into
My
him?
best friend.
He could not have been having a better time, making me so uncomfortable. Anyway, so we got.
So how long did that trip last?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad, but it felt like an hour and a half.
So you went back to his house, you loaded up the truck, and then you went to the U-Haul, picked up a motorcycle trailer, went back to your
all
bike,
the way back,
picked it up, drove it home, and what a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, big time. And then then they weren't ready for me to like change the tire, so I had to, unload the bike, take the trailer back, wait until the people that did change my tire were ready for it, go rent it again, which is, by the way, it's only $16. Right, so I mean that was not an issue.
Well, it's a pain in the ass, is what the point is.
Oh yeah, so I had to, and then I don't know if you guys remember the day that it was like crazy raining. That was the day I loaded up the bike and drove it over to the place where they changed my tire. Pouring rain, and I'm like, my bike's never been in the rain before. Not that it matters; it's designed for that. But when it's your baby, you don't want that.
Why don't you just reschedule it?
Because I wanted it done, and it started raining in the middle of the trip. I didn't know it was going to rain that day. I had no idea. I didn't look at the weather.
Well, where do you go to
get
motorcycle tire? You just can't go to Discount Tire?
No. And by the way, dealerships, just to change the tire, that's not for the tires. To change the tires, $580.
Why?
Good question.
So if you opened up a tire shop specifically for motorcycles, you'd be very busy.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Shelly about it, and Shelly wants me to do it. And I'm like, how am I going to do that?
Right.
But so I went to a place that's not a dealership. I forget the name of it, M&B.
Air conditioning place?
No, I mean, they exclusively work on bikes, and they charge me $280 as opposed to $580. And they're awesome.
But that didn't include the tire.
So I had to buy tires, and the tires were $515 for two of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they don't even stock the tires.
No.
They just put them on.
Right. Or you can buy them.
Is there a why isn't there more shops like this? Is there some difficulty to it?
No, I think the demand isn't there. I mean, think of the ratio
the demand
between.
Is there.
No, I don't. I would beg to differ. I mean, imagine do you own a motorcycle?
No.
There's a
okay. So there's at least less than 25% in this room.
Motorcycles are extremely popular right now.
Agreed, but as far as
and nobody wants to spend dealership prices, so I think there is a huge market for a motorcycle shop in McKinney, Dallas.
Yeah, but how often does somebody's tire pop like that?
I mean, they need oil changes. They charge $300 for an oil change. I mean, seriously, I change my own oil. It's not that hard. and they
Good
charge
Lord.
$300 for an oil change. And I know it's insane, dude. I'm telling you, it's insane. And a dealership is even more.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, and they're so busy that they're just like, they only have one tech right now because COVID hit, and they moved
to Florida.
No, all of their techs were getting subsidies from the government, and it was.
Oh, so they didn't want to come back to work.
Yeah,
they're like I make more at home.
100%. She said they lost all of their techs.
Well, that money's gone now.
Because of that
now.
Well, but then they had to downsize for some other reasons because of they came back from COVID and something happened. I don't know. Anyway, they had to downsize, and now they're starting to expand again and try to hire 2 more techs. But anyway, it's crazy. Anyway, I was lucky. Had that tire blown?
Yeah,
I asked the mechanic. I said, if the tire had blown, would I have gone down? And he goes, no, not necessarily. I mean, you can still keep your balance, and you slow down, and you very carefully come to a stop. So I was like, shit, I don't know, man. Would I have gone down? And
that bike, how much does that bike weigh?
It weighs 900 pounds. More than that, 950 pounds.
Yeah, that thing starts to lean a little bit.
Oh, I can't stop it. I mean, if I'm not ready for it, I mean, just backing it in and out of the driveway,
right.
I am. If it starts to lean, I'm like, I mean, dude, no, it is my inner thigh strength is very impressive.
Yeah, ask Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Brian knows.
You're just squeezing him.
He was such a jackass on that whole ride.
Was he farting the whole way?
No, but he would. Oh, he was.
God, your
he
ball
was.
sack.
He was totally getting his money's worth.
Was he like scooting back and forth?
Oh, he was
rubbing
awful. It was awful.
He's trying to make you erect.
Well, I couldn't help it. I mean, I was definitely erect.
Oh, so you were?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
It was. I didn't want to. I couldn't.
So what did you hold on to?
There's,
his waist.
No, I put my arms around his neck and just snuggled into him. I was like, "You take care of me, Brian."
Good God. You know what?
I can't quit you, Brian.
Here's where a little back. What is that? Back
broke
country?
back.
Broke back moment. Broke back moment. So, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of difficult. I mean, do they have tow trucks for? I mean, surely they got tow trucks for motorcycles, right?
Not that I know of. You have to do what I did, which is go rent a trailer and load it up and strap it down and take it where you need to.
I'm sure these tow companies have a way to do bikes.
They get repoed what a great service. I mean, can you imagine owning one of those little trailers and a truck and just like, hey, call me, I'll come pick up your truck and drive it wherever you want. A couple $100 done. Would you have done it for a couple $100?
Probably not. I probably would have done what we did. I mean, that's what you do,
Because there's no service out there.
Right?
I mean, you don't know that.
So.
I mean, 20 minutes away, that's not that bad. I'm just thinking as a service, time is worth money.
Right.
So I mean, just, hey, look, if the service is about the service.
I hear you.
You just say, you call them up, I mean, their time is worth something. $100 down there and then $100 back.
I get it.
$200.
Yeah. I mean, at the
have
end,
them swap out your tire, have them give you a discount based on that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad, I mean, I guess you just, when you realize you don't have a choice, and that's part of motorcycle ownership, that's what you do, and it's happened to Brian too. Brian was on a ride before I even got a motorcycle. He was way out there somewhere, and he called me. He's like, "Man, I need your help." I was like, "What's going on?" And he had a problem. His bike just died, like his starter or something, right? I drove probably an hour and a half to where he was, picked him up, drove all the way to get a trailer, drove all the way back out. I mean, it was a 6-hour.
Why didn't you just get the trailer before you went out?
I did not have
a hitch.
Something. I don't know. I don't remember what the circumstances were. But anyway.
Well, I mean, I can imagine.
That is actually what I did. No, I went to his house, got his truck, because he wanted his truck. And I took his truck to U-Haul, got a trailer, drove all the way out there. That's exactly what I did.
That's something that dudes like us have to go through every now and then. I mean, it wouldn't be me. I don't own a motorcycle, but I mean, I'm considering getting a e-bike.
Yeah,
something like a little trike.
And you might break down, and you might have to.
I won't be that far out though. I mean, it'd be broken down in between your house or Jeff's house, or
we have to rent a trailer and load it up. And
no, I'll just abandon it. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was kind of a eye-opening moment. I wouldn't call it scary because nothing bad happened. But yeah, it was.
Well, it's just like if you're in your car on the highway going 75 and your front tire blows out.
Yeah, it could be very dangerous.
Yeah, you're gonna have a
lose
problem.
control. Yeah, lose control and flip. And who knows?
Yep, any blown tire, regardless of what vehicle, is gonna be problematic.
And that's why they cost so much for especially two-wheeled motorcycles. Is that they have to be well put together. Those tires, you can't buy discount tires for motorcycles because your whole life is dependent on that tire to make it.
On it. Yeah,
you know, and especially when it starts to unravel and the meshing below it just comes out. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've had a car tire do that before.
Yeah, cars do
shred but not blow out.
What did the mechanics say about your circumstance? What was the cause of that?
He said he could not believe that tire was still holding air.
So was it wear and tear?
It was still holding air.
Right.
You know what? That's what I was trying to debate. I said, did I hit something or did I go too long on the tire? Because Brian was giving me shit. He was like, well, yeah, look at it. It's bald. And I was like, dude, I was looking at the tire and I knew I needed one this year. I was going to get tires this year. But it wasn't like showing tread. And I mean, I'm not a complete idiot. I knew how much depth on the treads I had.
Did you use the
tires were a little
penny Abraham Lincoln's head? If it
no, I
measure it.
I didn't. But the motorcycle tires are a little different. They have like these swiggles, right? There's no. It's not treads like a car tire. They're just swiggles in the rubber, and then those have depth, and they still had some depth, right? I mean, there was some wear. Anyway, but Brian was trying to tell me that this is kind of my fault. I went too long on the tires, and what the hell, man? He was giving me a hard time. But I was like,
but that's what Brian does.
Yeah, he does. But I asked the tech. I said, did I go too long? I mean, was it clearly shitty? And he's like, man, sometimes it just happens. It just,
shit happens.
That's what
just
happened.
pay me.
Shit happens.
That's what happened. Remember when Brandon's tire blew out? It was a brand new tire.
See, that's crazy.
We had just got his tires replaced, and he was driving back from Stephen F.
So
Austin.
that's a manufacturing defect.
And it completely destroyed.
Damn.
And it was one of his back ones. And Sean helped, and we went out there and
boom, it laid it out.
Oh yeah, it was completely gone.
I don't think we can get it off.
Yeah, we ended up getting it off. It took a lot of work to get it off, though.
So you jacked up the car and you just kind of prying the tire off?
Yeah, I mean...
That's what the lug nuts were really tight, I think, something like that. It was difficult to get off.
And we were yanking it, and it was on a jack, so it was kind of...
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, so we had to lower it.
Which, by the way, you're always supposed to loosen the lug nuts...
Before you raise it.
Yep. That's a good tip for all of our listeners.
Yeah.
So, but it was...
Get them loose,
it was a complete
then jack
destroy.
up the car.
Kind of like your alcohol content.
Yeah.
Get them loose because we got loose in the first half with our first drink to step up to this one, and we have we got the second half of this podcast, January 7th. We picked up what?
This is a lot.
This is a lot. It's 130
point.
130 point. Oh my God, where's it at? Where the hell did it go?
65.2. So
130.3.
Yeah, 130.3. There you go.
This is tasty though.
So this is Booker's. I was looking for the God Bless and Listen. So tasty book note. So this Booker's 2024-03, the Master Distillers Batch. So we got that app that we discussed in the first half, and Jeff was going through our collection and uploading it to the, what's the name of the app again?
Only Drams.
Only Drams. I recommend our listeners out there to download the app Only Drams and subscribe to our list. You can see exactly what we get and our ratings on there. But Jeff uploaded all the whiskeys, which we're embarrassed as fuck to say how much we spent on them. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to see. So he recognizes, hey man, we bought this Booker's and we've never fucking opened it.
So you were being serious?
Yes.
I thought you were kind of just jacking with it.
I was because I was.
You're like, oh shit.
Well, I have
this.
I had to pull the bottle out to get to the barcode, and I was like, "This isn't even fucking open."
That's crazy.
So it's 130.3 proof.
And we spent $100 on it.
Yeah,
it was $100. Hell, maybe more back then.
Probably.
Yeah, it's in a fancy box. It's in a fancy box. Booker's is
Very
a Jim
fancy.
Jim Beam product.
Correct.
And they have they have fancy little casings for these
yeah.
bottles.
Comes a nice wood box.
So this one is is it hazmat or is it 140 plus?
140 is hazmat.
So I mean, but this is pretty rich. I mean, this 130 that's pretty ballsy, and you taste every bit of it.
Do we have so what are the categories again? 140 plus, 115 to 139? Is that what we're saying?
Are that our categories?
I think we need a lower hazmat to be a lower proof.
No, hazmat's 140 over.
Well, then we need something that's like 130 to 139 is a different category because I don't think it's fair to rate a 120 or a 115 to a 139.
I don't know, man. I think
Does that make sense?
I think the higher it gets, it's kind of like you need to break up different categories because we've had a 132 that was we had one last week or the week before. What was it? That you couldn't even tell it was that hot. We're like, I cannot believe this is 132.
I know.
No, it was the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye.
Yes.
So in that case, it should have been in its own category of 130 to 139, and we should have given it a fucking amazing rating.
I don't think we should. I think we should break them down. The higher the proof, the smaller the categories get.
Well, why not every 10 points?
I think. Well, again, I think 130 to 135, 135 to 140, 140 on. And that's
so you're,
my
you're,
opinion.
You're talking even more hardcore than I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I just think because there's a big difference between 130 and 135 when it gets that strong. 130 and 125, there's a big difference. You know, because there's a lot of stuff that goes up to 125.6. You know, there's a lot of Heaven's Door and Angel's Envy goes up that high, and they got a lot of great barrel strength, barrel proof stuff.
Yeah,
and they're all at that range. 125, whatever. I don't care. But the point is, we've got this Booker's.
I agree.
It's the Masters Distillers batch, 2024-03. I don't know exactly when this thing came out. The batch is named in honor of a group of distillers that we admire.
March. Came out in March of 24.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it says
there we go.
2024-03.
Their work in the late 80s and early 90s helped America fall back in love with bourbon and made the industry to what it is today. The color of the Booker's batch is deep amber from over 7 years of aging in the new white air oak barrels. The nose is complex. We're not going to talk about that. I'm going to dump in here onto my list.
Well, the nose, I know when I first did it, I actually was on the palette. I picked up dry erase marker.
Yeah, I did too.
What a ringing endorsement.
Well, I mean that's basically the ethanol being released.
Yeah, I'm not picking it up now.
Yeah,
but when we first cracked it open and you poured it in there, that's what I got. I was like, that's not desirable to have. That's why I was like, this is not my favorite.
Right.
This is opened up quite a bit, and I much more enjoy it. I'm picking up lots of grape.
So
I pick a grape up a lot.
What do we tell our listeners? How long do they need to let something sit?
I think 23 minutes.
Okay.
Very
particular.
I don't
Very
think
particular.
I don't think there's a time specification. I just think that if it tastes too ethanol-y, let it sit. And
so let's say they just invited a friend over. He pulls his like really precious bottle of Booker's.
Then you sit on it. You have a beer.
He pops it.
Well, you can sit there
and pours 2 glasses, and the first thing they're going to do is grab them and toast and drink.
So there's 2 things you can do. You can my recommendation would be 15 minutes. 1. Number 2, you can add a couple drops of distilled water to blow that out.
Yeah,
I think that would kill it down a little bit.
Well,
I don't want to do that though.
You can also swirl it because you do that with wine as well to help oxygenate it.
Aerate it,
and it's just like a decanter, right? You
and then
it.
blast it with argon.
Yeah.
No, that's when you put it back
and breathe it and die.
Oh, okay.
But if you swirl it, that helps aerate it.
Yeah.
Faster.
Sure.
Right? So 15 minutes. I don't think you need to go that long. If you just sit there and do this for a minute, swirl it around in your glass.
Yeah.
And then smell it. If it's still real ethanol-y.
That's a good point. Just keep nosing it until you feel like it's opened up a little bit.
Yeah. When I first smelled this, it was hot on the nose.
Yeah.
It's not now. I pick up a lot of vanillas. A little sweeter.
Yeah. No. I think it's. Yeah. My first impression was not that great either. It's opened up nicely.
Yeah. So this is one that has to sit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care for it when we first opened it.
So now, what's your nose on it? It's no longer dry erase
Well, I wrote
markers.
down. I picked picked up. I'm picking up some vanilla.
Oh, a lot of vanilla. Yeah.
I think some grass. I'm smelling that. I don't know what the mash bill is.
So it's like vanilla. There's I smell caramel.
Yeah.
Dark fruit, cinnamon.
I could see the cinnamon.
I think
it's got a.
I think the licorice, the anise, is in there as well.
Anise?
It's nutty.
What did you say?
Well, that's a Jim Beam.
Anise.
That's a Jim Beam trait.
Anise.
Anise.
Yep.
A-N-I-S-E.
Why have I never heard this term?
A-N-I.
Is this the first time you've ever said this term on this podcast, or am I hearing impaired?
Yes, you are.
I think you're missing one of your hearing aids.
Well, I definitely.
Well, anise is like a star-shaped little fruit or whatever it is, seed or whatever.
The dick.
What?
Well, it tastes like
I'm
licorice.
kidding. I'm kidding.
It's very licoricey.
So taste is it's bold, it's robust flavors with I got sweet toffee, brown sugar, definitely oak, fucking oak coming out the ass
on the palate.
Yes.
Oh, tons of oak.
What
was the age for it? 7 years?
7 years, 8 months, I think.
That's a long time.
A touch of leather I'm getting too. Like
I could pick up the leather.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a baseball.
Little shut up nutmeg.
Like a Babe Ruth ball that's been sitting around for 100 years.
Yeah.
Brown sugar for sure. I don't know if I said that already.
It's good.
The finish is long and warming, lingering notes of rich vanilla, charred oak, and a gentle spice.
So in this proof range,
oily.
We've had
silky.
Oily.
Yeah.
In this range, we've had better.
Yes.
We've had better. We've had worse.
It
kind of sits in the middle for me.
I think aren't the rare characters in the 130s?
Yep.
That's better than this.
Oh yeah, no
my
question.
opinion.
No question.
I think it's also a different animal.
Oh, it is. Those are single malts, right? This is a bourbon, but this is just a regular bourbon, right? It's not a whiskey or anything.
Well, it's got to be a whiskey. I don't think a bourbon could be 130.
Yeah, it can.
Oh, that's right. It's a bottle of bond. I'm thinking.
We got a.
Hold on. How high can a bourbon go?
As high as it can go.
Yeah, it can't go into the barrel higher than 125. It can come out of the barrel.
But did it go in the barrel?
Anything.
Did it go in the barrel that young?
It may have gone in at 125.
It just can't.
Like the Cowboy comes out at 140.
There
Right.
you go, Kentucky.
And again, that's because the water evaporated, not the alcohol.
Yeah. So this is bourbon. Yeah, it's not a whiskey or anything.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna rate this, which I will write down,
I'm going to give this one for the 130 range. I'm going to give this a 7-1 for me.
I was going to give it a 7-0.
It's good.
It's not bad enough to be in the 6s. It's not good enough to be anywhere near the 8s.
No, I wouldn't hunt this one down. You know,
there's other.
I'll give it a 7-8.
Yeah.
In fact, I really want to give it higher, but in comparison to the Jack Daniel's one, it's in a different category. This one is unique. It's almost unfair because it's got a very uncut taste, similar to the Oak and Eden. I taste chunks of stuff in there. I don't taste chunks of stuff in there, but I mean, it's unfiltered. It's very the oily resilience after it.
Yeah, this is uncut, unfiltered. I saw that on a note. So
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we respect that for sure.
It's got a very long, spicy tail on this.
Yeah, it's spicy.
You definitely want to be picking stuff out of your teeth when you drink a good
This would be
bourbon.
a good one I would compliment with a cigar for some folks out there.
Gross.
I mean, hey, look, gross for you, but
a lot of folks like the cigar and bourbons.
I would do a pipe before I did a cigar. I know you had the same reaction the last time.
No, but Jeff and I looked at each other. We're just kind of like,
this is
new territory.
This is the second time I've said this, and you had the exact same reaction the first time.
I like the pipe smell better than a cigar smell.
That's what I'm talking about. I was like, you know, that kind of pipe. Like my grandfather used to smoke a pipe, and I loved the smell of it.
Hey, pop.
What does the pipe
bounce me on your knee,
community
Grandpa?
look like? Is there a lot of pipe smokers out there anymore?
No, God no.
Dude, does anyone really do that? I
I-
haven't seen anyone smoke a pipe in a
I got a
year.
cousin.
I
that
think
does.
it's probably like some old British
Shout out
dude
to Chris
somewhere.
Murphy.
No, I mean just I mean, are there young guys picking up the pipe going?
No. Would that be? I mean, if we did that one time, and I'm not talking about marijuana or anything. I'm just talking about
What are you
tobacco, tobacco
I'm not against it. I mean,
in a pipe.
Yeah, but were we okay? But if we get a pipe, I want like a badass one. I don't want.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking like the big Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
no, I'm thinking like
Watson.
Why not just get a corncob pipe?
Well, I mean, you want to do it right. You want okay, not like
Sherlock Holmes,
hold on.
the big ivory,
Frosty the Snowman?
the big ivory tusk.
Show me some pipes, Mr. Producer. I'm talking about one that mild, a mild,
My dad had pipes. He smoked pipes for a short time, and I remember he had them all sitting on a little stand.
Okay, so if we did that, like
They
one,
looked
that's what I'm
exactly
talking
like
about.
that.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's
Yeah,
it. Right
That's
there.
exactly what he
and that
had.
would be perfect. So if we did that,
Yeah, but everybody got cancer from that black
okay, I
plastic
get it.
part.
But if we did it one time,
That's ebony.
would we?
I don't know.
Listen? Would we hate it?
That's ebony e-pig
Would it be
wood.
absolutely nasty?
I bet the taste is not what you're envisioning in your
All right.
mind. Because of the
Here's what I
smell.
recommend.
It would make us nauseous.
Let's do some research. Let's all buy everything we need.
How much is that pipe?
Look at a 2.5 stars. I'm not buying that one.
How much is that?
I'm not getting a 2.5 stars.
It's free. All right, so it's under $25. So we can buy the pipe, we get the tobacco. I say we do it one night. Let's buy a 4 or 5 pack of those pipes.
This is a horrible idea.
No,
this
but
is,
you
and this
wanna
is
do it?
my idea. Yes,
But you want to do it, right?
There you go.
And we have to buy a little bag of tobacco.
I don't know.
Let's get
Stuff
all
it
of
in
that
there.
stuff.
Get all the accoutrements that go
What
with
is
it.
that implement down there? It looks like a fucking
Tobacco pipe, handmade.
good tool. What is?
It's a packing, and it gets off. It combs the
Okay,
tobacco
but wait a second.
leaves.
What if we love it?
Are those filters?
It's ebony made it, heat resistant.
We don't know what any of that stuff is. But
It looks like a corkscrew.
here's the problem, guys. What if we love it? Then we're like, well, let's do it again and do it again.
Well, then
That's not going to go well.
No,
And then I have to
I'm
tell,
not going to become a
then
smoker.
then I have to tell my wife that, I'm a smoker.
Well, I mean, okay, so what defines a smoker? Someone that does that, or I define
you're
a smoker.
smoking, yes.
I
It
define
smokes.
I define a smoker as someone that inhales it.
No, smoker. No.
No, it's somebody who sucks on something that pulls a smoke
Creates
into your
smoke.
mouth. Yes.
I don't know. Who's the guy that played God? The old guy, the white
George
dude?
Burns?
Yeah, George Burns smoked cigars all the time. He died at fucking 100. You know.
There's many people who didn't.
Yeah, never mind. Let's just pretend like I
He's
never
the
said
outlier.
anything about a pipe. Oh, but did you see the Biden
No, we're
wants to
buying it.
outlaw cigarettes?
Yes, I saw that.
How can he do that?
He's a
I'm
fucking
so tired
putz.
of this. How does the fucking one person, the president,
He
say?
can't. It's an executive order.
I thought for sure we were
Trump
going to
can
get
go
to
in
this
there
podcast
just
without
like
talking
Biden
about
would and go,
politics.
done,
There's probably
done.
60 million people that smoke cigarettes.
Check us
right?
out on Facebook
It's a
and
tax.
Instagram, Dudes Like Us podcast, Dudes
Unbelievable.
Like Us Woodcraft for your swag. Guys, we do make woodcraft stuff. Jeff is impeccable with the machines we have down in the garage.
You're
God
a
bless.
genius. You're a laser genius.
Thank you, Mr. Producer, for keeping us in line. It's a great freaking second week of January. It's going to be butt freaking cold. Dudes Like Us, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I am Jeff.